So, as far as the Patriot movement, and that's what LWN is, we are part of many patriots out there searching for the truth and delivering the news like it should be delivered.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome, America. I still have a really bad lag. I got to get down to the valley and get that hotspot. It's just driving me crazy. I can't enjoy the new intro because of the lag. It's real choppy for me and the software. It's actually very horrible, to be honest with you. So I hope you guys enjoy the intro because I'm not being able to really do so. All right, a few things tonight, real quick. Let me pin this up for Tracy, so she doesn't have to sit there and keep doing it all night long. All right, a few things tonight, real quick. Yeah, let's kill that guy. Sorry, Tracy, I got to do this for you. There, boom. All right, done deal. All right, some housekeeping. Just to let you guys know, Tammy and I have been working really hard for the last couple of days to get caught up on all the orders that you guys have been placing and all of the giveaways that we've done in the last few months. We've really been pushing hard to get it all done. I think we're really close to getting it done. So by tomorrow, if you guys have ordered anything, or by tomorrow, if you guys have won anything in the past and any of the giveaways, they should all be out in the mail. Some of you have received phone calls from us today. Some of you should have email notifications that things have been sent. And I apologize for how late it's been. It's just been a really crazy trying to keep up with everything and the old way of doing things. So let me explain something to you guys real quick. The old way of doing things, going through the website and me having to personally handle all this stuff, I just don't have time to do it. And I really appreciate you guys purchasing things through the website and being so patient and showing me grace as I get that stuff out to you. But we're not going to do that anymore. So the way we're doing it now is we have a new store. The mods are dropping the link in chat. It's called Spreadshirt. You guys can go to that link right there, and you can order your merchandise through that link. And what will happen is you've got a world of choices there. All 50 state badges are there. There are spiritual badges there. I'm still working on the military badges because I have to go through the military to get permission for that. But there's so many great products there. Once you guys order those products, they make them immediately. You'll have those products produced within 3 days of your order. And you'll get them within 7 to 14 days, and it ships straight from the factory. My hands never go on it. I never have to touch it. You never have to worry about LW ever having to touch merchandise again. And so that's great because all the merchandise that we have purchased so far personally, we get it within 7 days of our order, and it's really great. It's a great product, great quality, and I just wanted to let you guys know. Some of you guys will be receiving some emails and possibly phone calls from us, just making sure that we follow up and get everything to you guys that you've purchased. And for those of you who've won, Those items are also going out in the mail as well. If you've won and you haven't received anything yet, if we don't have your address, we can't ship it to you. So you might reach out to us and send us your address so we can get that done. Now, Tammy is joining me. Tammy is joining me tonight from her Buick or whatever little car she drives, because an hour before the show, Tammy lost power to the house. They had a real bad thunderstorm that came through. So she's been patiently trying to get in through the software for at the last hour, to be honest with you. And her phone was dying, so she's going to be on her phone. And she had to go to her car just so she could keep the thing charged. So we got to show Tammy some love tonight because she definitely stuck with it. So let me bring Tammy in, and we'll get the show started tonight. Tammy, how are you doing inside the Buick tonight? We'll see if it even works. She may have problems. No, we can't hear you. Signal's pretty weak. Well, she's trying. We got to give her an A for effort on that one, folks. Can't hear you, Tammy, but we're going to move on. So maybe she'll be able to join us here shortly. Let me boo her out for a minute. Tammy, you might have to hop out and hop back in. All right, so we've got a lot to talk about tonight. Things obviously circulating through the news. A lot of things that I'm paying attention to, and I truly believe that this is the storm that is upon us. They have. I don't know if people really realize what's really happening here, and what has started. I know a lot of people believe that nothing's happening. I know a lot of people believe, oh, this is it for Trump. It isn't even close to the end for Trump. This is just the beginning. This opens things up so wide for them to go after so many different people. I just really believe that you're going to see some major players fall here very shortly. And some of the biggest names that we've been talking about for quite a while, like the Clintons, the Obamas, even the Bidens themselves. I think a lot of people are now going to be subject. Just think about this for one moment. This is the first time in U.S. history this has ever been done. And they went in on a warrant over paperwork. There was an article that I shared this morning on Headline Hits where they were attacking him over some torn up papers in the bottom of the toilet. These people, I want you to be in tune with this. These guys are so desperate at this point, so desperate that they are willing to do whatever it takes. And remember, the Democrat Party has said that over and over again. We will do whatever it takes. So let me be clear on this. They are at a point to where if they cannot stop him from running in 2024, believe whatever you want to believe he's coming back before 2024, believe, things are going to change before midterms. And I believe that. Okay, I believe that. I'm just saying, whether you believe that or you don't believe it, come 2024, Trump will be back in office. However that happens. And we all know that this November is going to be a massive red wave. And we will retake the House, and we will retake the Senate. So now we'll have control just like the Democrats have right now, right? The Democrats have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the White House. All three branches of government, and they aren't getting anything done, and nothing else. They're making America last. So now let's flip the tables and go the other direction. And now Trump is back in office where he rightfully belongs. And we have the House and we have the Senate. Imagine, and there's already talk about it. There's some of the articles I have pulled up right now. They're already talking about putting together committees that are going to investigate the DOJ, committees that are going to, well, there should have already been committees investigating Hunter Biden. We know that. So let's jump into some of these things that they're talking about right now. So, of course, right out the gate, well, I don't even think Biden really has to play dumb. I think Biden is dumb. And I think whoever plays Biden plays dumb, right? So White House plays dumb on FBI raid of Donald Trump's house, defends independent Department of Justice. Um, that is a bunch of crock. That isn't anywhere close. So you're telling me that supposedly the president of the United States is unaware that the FBI is going to go and do a raid on a former president? You don't think that maybe somebody might have given him a little bit of a heads up? I don't believe it. The White House on Tuesday insisted that President Joe Biden had no prior knowledge to the FBI raid on former President Donald Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago. Quote, the president was not briefed, was not aware of it. No one from the White House was given any kind of heads up, end quote. The White House press secretary, which I like to call her the pause girl, because she likes to pause everything. We had the circle back girl, now we got the pause girl. And that's what she said today in the press conference. They had no idea. Nope, we didn't know. She repeated that Biden learned about the raid from public media reports, just like the American people. Can you imagine that? The president of the United States is sitting there having brunch, having his little grilled cheese sandwich with a little smiley face put on it, sipping his little cup of tea, on his phone, on Facebook, checking out Liberty Warrior Nation. Oh man, who's this dude? And then all of a sudden I pop up and say, hey, did you know that Mar-a-Lago has just been raided by the FBI? They're in Trump's house, private residence, and he's sitting there on Facebook watching me, and he just found out? Yeah, I don't believe it either. Pretty crazy that the president of the United States wouldn't know that something like that was about to happen. It's just more lies. It's deceit. It's corruption to its core. Let's check out this one. I found this one very strange. This one right here fires me up too. Andrew Cuomo, you remember him. He was the governor of New York. Remember how many people he killed in the nursing homes? Remember the women that he assaulted? DOJ must be immediately explained. Mar-a-Lago raid, or it will be viewed as a political tactic, end quote, from Andrew Cuomo. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo asserted Tuesday that if the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Monday's raid of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate was merely about inconsequential archives, then it will be viewed as a political tactic. Did you hear what he said? Inconsequential, meaning they don't really have any merit. They don't have any bearing. They're not of any substance. It's petty. It's petty. And then he goes on to talk about any credibility of the J6 committee. Now, this is a guy who was in some hot water himself, if you remember. Not only for the sickness and for the lockdown of New York City and this whole state of New York, but the aftermath after that, all the women that came out and said that this guy had assaulted them. DOJ must immediately explain the reason for its raid and must be more than a search for these archives, or it will be viewed as a political tactic and undermine of any future credible investigation and legitimacy of the J6 investigations. So did you hear what he just said? If they can't come up with any kind of credible evidence of why they went in, it could honestly make the J6 committee nil and void. That's kind of interesting. That's real interesting. So was this a move on purpose to sink the ship of the J6 committee? Which I have no fear of the J6 committee. He did nothing wrong. There's proof that he did nothing wrong. There's zero proof he did anything wrong. Just a bunch of hearsay, just a bunch of make believe, just like usual. We'll refer back to, let's see, Russia, 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 the Mueller report, impeachment number 1, impeachment number 2. Do you guys kind of see the pattern here? Yeah. Well, I found it very interesting that Andrew Cuomo would come to Trump's defense like that, especially when we've seen how the DOJ swept all of his charges, swept all of his indictments right kind of under the rug. Nothing ever became of Andrew Cuomo and what he did to those women. I'm pretty furious about it. I think it's absolute nonsense. How about we jump to the Turtle Man, one of my favorite characters in the play, Mitch the Turtle Man McConnell. You know, Mitch was in some serious trouble in 2019 during the election campaign going into 2020. I believe he was down by almost double digits. I think he was down almost 8 points in the polls going in to the election cycle of 2020. He begged Donald Trump to endorse him. And that's exactly what Donald Trump did. He came in, he endorsed the Turtle Man, gave him a pat on the back, and guess what happened? Boom, poll numbers skyrocketed. He got Donald Trump his endorsement. And what happened? Well, he got his re-election yet again, the Turtle Man. So you would think, with all that kind of attaboy from Donald Trump, that this guy would have something to say about the illegal, in my opinion, the illegal and unwarranted raid on Trump's personal home. Let's see what Mitch McConnell had to say about that. Mitch McConnell remains silent on the FBI raid on Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. Not a peep out of the turtle. Did the turtle wiggle back in his shell? Senator Mitch McConnell has remained silent on the FBI raid of former President Donald Trump's estate at Mar-a-Lago. McConnell did not respond to Breitbart's news request for comment on the shocking incident, nor has he released any public statement about the historic raid at the time of the publication. The GOP leader has not committed or he has not commented or condemned or done any kind of thing concerning this historical president at the time when Trump may mount a comeback campaign against President Joe Biden in 2024. I'm telling you guys, not only are the Democrats in some serious trouble right now, but these rhinos that we've been wanting to get rid of, their asses are all showing right now, big time. And I believe that they're all going to be removed in one way or another, whether that is Trump comes back and we the people decide that we're going to recall all these guys, or we the people are going to vote them out. I believe these guys are about to take a huge dive, and they're going to go bye-bye. 3 GOP senators in leadership positions have issued public statements condemning the raid, including Senator Republican Conference Chair John Barrasso, a Republican from Wyoming, National Republican Senatorial Committee Chair Rick Scott, Republican from Florida, and Senate Republican Conference Voice Chair Joni Estes, Republican from Iowa. When Republicans retake the majority in the Senate, there will be a thorough and aggressive investigation into the FBI's raid on Mar-a-Lago, Scott tweeted. I'm telling you, boy, they're going to there's going to be something about this that's going to really, in my opinion, is going to come back, and it's going to be some crazy times for the next 3 or 4 years. So just buckle up. This is far from over. Far from over. Let's talk about what Hillary Clinton is doing about this. Oh, yeah. She's back in the news, or her double, or her triple double, or a clone, or whatever. This person here doesn't really look like her, I have to admit. Hillary Clinton promotes merchandise mocking email scandal after Mar-a-Lago raid. Yeah, seriously. Failed. I love that word, failed. She's failed not once, but twice. Failed 2020 presidential candidate Hillary Clinton brazenly touted but her emails merchandise on social media after the FBI raided former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home on Monday night. Every but her emails, hat or shirt sold helps at Onward Together Partners Defend Democracy, build a progressive bench, and fight for our values. Just saying. Clinton tweeted early Tuesday morning promoting the $30 cap. So they're selling these caps and these t-shirts for $30 a piece, and the merchandise says, but her emails. Mocking Trump, mocking everybody that is going after Hillary about the 30,000 emails that she was subpoenaed to produce to the court. And she erased them. She deleted them. She wiped them. She got rid of them. They destroyed the evidence. They destroyed the devices. And we're worried about 3 or 4 pieces of paper that might or might not be in a safe in Mar-a-Lago. And they're mocking this. This is evil. This is satanic. This is the devil right here mocking this, right? And where do these funds go? Well, they go to the at Onward Together Partners. Remember, the Defend Democracy, the Build a Progressive Bench, the Fight for Our Values, the same people funded by BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Well, these shirts sold out. I guess there's a lot of people out there supporting them. Clinton, who served as Secretary of State under former President Barack Obama, has continued to lean into her infamous email scandal in which she scrubbed 33,000 emails and mishandled classified information she likely used to hide efforts to use her office to raise money for her family's foundation. Hey, no problem with that, right? Democrats don't care about it. Why are the Republican lawmakers not going after her? This has been out in the news for a long time. This isn't something that just popped up overnight. We've been talking about the Hillary emails for almost a year now. This is stuff that's happened for quite a while. We're more focused on Mar-a-Lago. We're weaponizing federal agencies to attack their opponents. This stuff pisses me off, to be honest with you. What does all Kevin McCarthy have to say about this? Now, I want to be clear on this. Be careful with what this snake says. He uses certain things to promote himself politically. So listen to the statement that Kevin McCarthy says. Kevin McCarthy considers creation of investigation committee to probe the DOJ. Does he really mean that? Or is this another political stunt? Don't forget, they didn't do anything about the J6 political prisoners that are still in prison. These are the type of comments, these are the type of things that they throw out there. It's kind of like the carrot in front of the mule. These are the things that they throw out there to continue to get our support. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is considering the creation of an investigation committee to probe the Justice Department and other weaponized agencies after the FBI reportedly raided former President Donald Trump's estate in Mar-a-Lago on Monday. When Republicans take back the House, we will conduct immediate oversight of this department follow the facts, and leave no stone unturned, end quote from McCarthy. I want to ask the chat right now, how serious do you think this guy is? Do you think that he has any follow through whatsoever when it comes to exactly what he just said? Now, remember, we had the greatest president of all time, still do. He hasn't left us. Even his home got raided, and he hasn't left us. Promises made, promises kept. You could take that to the bank. Well, these guys say all kinds of things and never deliver. They say all kinds of things to get reelected. They say all kinds of things to push position in politics. Now, don't forget, Kevin McCarthy, and I want to highlight this for you guys. Kevin McCarthy wants his name thrown in the hat for Speaker of the House, either that or for Majority Leader. So why wouldn't he say something like this? To get you guys to think, oh, hey, check out McCarthy. When we overtake the House, or when we take the House, when we take back the House and the Senate, these guys are going to actually do something about what just happened. Are they really? Or are they just putting out comment for political position? Pay attention to that, folks. Pay attention. I'm warning you right now. Pay attention. You guys in California, get that guy out of there. All right. Here's something I found very interesting. A never Trumper, Joe Walsh. You guys know who he is. He's been in the news quite a bit. FBI raid pissed off moderate Republicans into backing Trump. Now, what's he talking about? Well, a moderate Republican is one of those wishy-washies. They are fence riders. A lot of times they'll almost be independent. A moderate Republican would vote for somebody like Joe Biden. Moderate Republican sometimes will vote for the other side. Same thing with a Democrat that's a moderate. They like to stay in the middle, so sometimes they might vote Republican, right? Well, this guy's worried about what just happened with the raid on Trump's home. Never Trumper, Republicans, Joe Walsh reluctantly admitted that the FBI raid on former President Donald Trump's home may have pissed off moderate Republicans into supporting him in 2024. Why is this important? This is important because those moderate Republicans sometimes were the ones that would say, well, I'm not going to vote for Mr. Trump because he says mean tweets. He has mean tweets. Orange man bad. Now they're worried that with this happening, he's going to get even more support. Think about that for a minute, folks. Think about how much support that Donald Trump is now going to get after what just happened. Now, think about all the tens of thousands of people that come to all these rallies that he's doing each and every weekend. Think of all the millions and millions of people that voted for him on November 20th. Is this by design? Is this by design? As Breitbart News reported, FBI agents swarmed the former president's home in Florida on Monday, reportedly to obtain classified documents he allegedly had in his possession after leaving the White House, according to various sources. Now, let me ask you this question. I want you guys to think for just a minute. Here we are. It is almost mid-August. So let's just say 2 more weeks to the end of August. I know there's 3, but let's just round down and say 2 weeks. Then we're in September, 4 weeks in September. So that's 6 weeks. 4 weeks in October. That's 10 weeks. 10 weeks till November, roughly. 10, 11 weeks, right? 10 or 11 weeks till November. Let's read that article again. What are they worried about? 10 or 11 weeks till the midterms. Then we have 2024. What's about to happen? Why are they so scared that they have to go after Mr. Trump? Don't you think they would have done this a couple of months after he left the White House? Why are they waiting until August? Now, remember, we were told that August was going to be hot, hot, hot. How can you get any hotter than what's happening right now in front of our faces, in front of our eyes? Everything that's unfolding, everything that's happening. This is happening. That's happening. I mean, just one thing right after another, right after another. Heck, last week we were worried about World War III with China. Were we not? Why did this play out now? Ask yourself that question. Because this could have happened January of 2022, right? This could have happened back in 2021. This could have happened in January of 2021. This could have happened in February of 2021. This could have happened in August of 2021. Why is this timing so important? Because they're so scared that there is going to be such a massive red wave that crosses this country that their machines are not going to be able to stop it. The trucks late at night are not going to be able to stop it. What's about to happen cannot be stopped. Kevin McCarthy announces that Garland is under investigation. You guys know who Garland is? Well, Garland is the Attorney General of the United States. Preserve your documents and clear your schedule, McCarthy says. Again, is this going to happen? We all know what we see. We all see people go in front of Congress. We see people lie in front of Congress. We see lots of things happen in Congress, and nothing ever becomes of it. I'll give you a prime example. General Milley stands in front of Congress and says, yes, I did treasonous acts. Where's General Milley? Well, some people believe nothing happened to him. Some people believe that nothing will ever happen to him. Some people believe he's not around anymore. I did see him in the news the other day. I want to hold these people accountable. If this is the stuff that they're saying, then damn it, we need to make sure that they follow through. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy promised on Monday, promises kept, promises made by Donald J. Trump. Now, these guys need to be held to the same standard. Every politician needs to be held to the standard that Trump gave us. He set the bar high, and we're not going to go backwards. McCarthy promised on Monday to launch a full-throated investigation to Attorney General Garland and the FBI's raid on former President Donald Trump's home. Trump announced in a statement that the FBI had raided Trump's Florida home, Mar-a-Lago. In response to the raid, McCarthy said that Republicans will investigate every aspect of what led the FBI's raid against the former president. Boy, I tell you what, Biden's press secretary, Jill Biden, Heels Up Kamala, Pelosi, Adam Schiff, all you guys, you better have the goods on this guy. That's all I'm saying. You better have the goods. Because if all you got is a couple of scribbles on a piece of paper that mean nothing, which we're going to get to that here in just a minute, your ass is in trouble, man. This has never been done before in United States history. Ever. So I beg to ask this question to you guys. Jeff B. said it last night. Trump has a Trump card. Do you guys remember what Jeff B. said tonight or said last night? Do you guys remember the Trump card? I'm going to jump in chat just for a second. I want to know if anybody in chat remembers what Jeff B. said last night. What is Donald Trump's Trump card? I'll wait for just a minute. I want to see if anyone was paying attention to what Jeff said last night. What is Donald Trump's Trump card? How can Donald Trump get out of what is happening right now? Viking King, you're right. You're right. Well, executive orders is another great answer. But let's just say the executive orders don't play. Let's just say for just time out for just a minute and say there are no executive orders that play in this. Let's say devolution isn't real. Let's say continuity of government is not real. Let's just, for 1 minute, let's just hit the pause button on all of that. What is Trump's Trump card? His Trump card is executive privilege. How simple is that? I ask you, how simple is executive privilege? It's a done deal. It's all over with. Pack your bags and go home. He's a free man. Right? Why is he not using that? Think about that for a minute. Why is Trump not using the Trump card? Is there something bigger? Is there a bigger plan? Was there a trap set? Is this the last gasp of breath before the entire house of cards falls, before the entire system sinks? I'm telling you right now, they're in bigger trouble than people think Trump is. That's all I'm going to say. FBI raids former President Donald Trump's home. This is the Attorney General. Former President Donald Trump's Florida home, Mar-a-Lago, was raided by FBI agents. Trump announced in a statement on Monday, these are dark times for our nation, as my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. Trump said. It kind of breaks my heart, to be honest with you. This man has given everything to his country. He loves his country. He loves the American people. You know, my son said, "Did you know that Trump is a billionaire?" That's what Noah said to me this morning at breakfast. "Did you know that Trump is a billionaire? He's got something like $2 or $3 billion, Dad." I said, "Well, you're a little bit off. Right before he threw his name in the hat, he actually, I think, was worth something like $10 billion. Does anybody have an idea of what $10 billion is truly worth? It's a lot of money. He didn't need to be president of the United States. He was already one of the most popular men in the entire world. I mean, you couldn't go to it's kind of like Michael Jordan. You can't go to any country in the world and people don't know who Michael Jordan is. You can't go to any country in the world and not know who Donald Trump was before he became president. He had fame. He had power. He had money. He had a beautiful wife. He had a beautiful family. He had Trump Towers. He had Trump golf courses. Everything he owned had his name on it. He can't be bought. He couldn't be manipulated. He couldn't be swayed. Trump was the perfect weapon. Let me repeat that for those of you not paying attention. Donald J. Trump was the perfect weapon. He's coming back, and it's going to be bigger than it ever was before. This man loves his country so much that he gave up being who he was to become president of the United States. He gave up. He lost over, I think it was $3 billion in the 4 years he was president. He didn't care. What he cared about was giving power back to the people. For those of you from Facebook who are confused, welcome. Welcome, Cox, to Liberty Warrior Nation, where you're going to get truth. Because you listening to lamestream media is insanity. You are absolutely brainwashed, and I feel sorry for you, brother. I really do. Donald Trump gave everything up. His goal was to give power back to the people. His goal was to wake us up and show us how corrupt our government truly is. And if you think for 1 second lamestream media is telling you the truth, you're wrong. You're so wrong. The corruption is so deep. You're fooled, and I feel sorry for you. Let's read a couple more of these headlines. If you're so concerned about Trump being a criminal, let's talk about the Bidens, Cox. Let's talk about the FBI not raiding Biden's, the Clintons, the Russia hoaxers, and Black Lives Matter. What's going on with that? How come Hunter Biden's laptop has so much incriminating evidence on it that it actually puts our president in a compromised position? Nobody's talking about that. How about the 33,000 emails that your wonderful Hillary Clinton deleted? It's kind of funny. Kind of funny how that all happens, right? Well, folks, the aftermath is real. The chaos is real. It's all falling apart, and this whole thing that they're talking about, it's just about over. They have nowhere to go. They have nothing to stand on. There's no proof of anything. They've never had proof. All they have is allegations and accusations. And I've been through that personally with no proof. I just want to go in here real quick. Hold on a second. Well, can't find them now. I just wanted to do them a huge favor. And I will. I'll do them a huge favor here in just a minute. Things are getting to where they're going to have nothing left to say. There's nowhere for them to run. We know Nancy Pelosi is corrupt. We know that she has insider trading. We know that her husband and family has made millions. Hell, we've talked about how her son just got off the plane with her and went around the world and signed contracts. Right? Here, let me do you a favor. Let me send you where you belong. Right? He's worried about don't block me, freedom of speech. Don't block me, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. I'm going to call your ass out. I want you to prove to me what the hell Joe Biden has done good in the last 2 years. Put it in chat. I'll pull it up on the comments. You tell me what successful thing that Joe Biden has done in the last 2 years. And you prove to me that Hillary Clinton isn't as dirty as your underwear right now. Come on, big boy. Freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I was told by somebody else. Once you cross my threshold and you come into my house, that's where freedom of speech stops. That's where it ends for you, buddy. Freedom of speech is only free when you earned it, and you haven't earned it in my house. There's your 5 seconds of fame. All right, back to the headlines. Let's talk about Hunter Biden real quick before we wrap this up tonight. The shocking raid Monday on former President Donald Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago, Florida, stood in a stark contrast to the many Trump opponents that the Federal Bureau of Investigation has not raided, despite public evidence of alleged misconduct. So there you have it. You're talking about crimes. You're talking about people, but we're not talking about the right people. Let's go through a few of them. Let me remind you. Let me educate you on some of the things that's been happening that they've just swept under the carpet. The FBI has been in possession of Hunter Biden's laptop since 2019. Now, if you remember correctly, in 2019 was the campaign cycle. They didn't put this out there because they didn't want it to affect Joe Biden's chances of being elected, which contains evidence that Hunter used Biden's position to conduct lucrative foreign business. He also cut in his dad into the deals and gave him the funds. That's funny. That sounds like criminal activity. How about Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, mishandled classified information on private server she likely used to hide efforts of her use of the office to raise money for her family's foundation. Mishandling of classified information. Isn't that what they raided Trump's house for? How about Mark Ellis, the Russia hoaxer? Ellis, a lawyer for the Democrats, helped arrange the so-called Russia dossier, which was then used to launch and fraudulent and abusive investigations of Trump and his campaign. He has never been brought to justice. How about James Clapper? Same thing. How about Adam Schiff lied to the public about his role in the instigating the first Trump impeachment and used his committee to report and spy on members of the committee and the president's lawyer and failed to appear before the judicial committee. Man, the list just keeps going on and on. How about Kamala Harris herself? As the country reeled from the riots in the summer of 2020, then Senator Harris, the Democrat from California, called on supporters to bail out rioters in Minneapolis, likely encouraging more violence. She also referred to law enforcement as the paramilitary. Remember that? Did you guys forget about that? How about Black Lives Matter? Amid evidence that the left-wing group has been abusing its charitable status, even liberal states issued warnings to the group. But through the movements, the scope in the nationwide, the FBI or DOJ have yet to do anything about it. Now, I've reported on this quite a few times. The co-founder of the Black Lives Matter has went out and purchased over $4 million in expensive homes. Oh, yeah, that's right. They use those for camps for disabled children, right? That's what they use that money for. Fraudulent. These people are out of control. 100% out of control. And we got people like Cox out there who support everything that they are about. He comes into my chat screaming free speech. Where's my free speech? I've been censored from YouTube several times. Where's my free speech, Cox? Where is it? Because I haven't received free speech, but you think you could come into my chat and have free speech? I, sir, cannot give you what I don't get myself. So goodbye. Have a nice evening. There's your free speech. I just put it in file 13 for you. All right, folks. I'm going to jump in chat for just a few seconds here, read some of your comments. I tell you what, this aftermath of the raid on Trump's home is it's unprecedented. And I'm telling you right now that there are going to be some major things that are going to develop in the very coming days. Pay attention to what's going on around you, because there are going to be some things that are going to pop off that are going to be, in my opinion, going to be major shifts across this country. There's just a few of them that are just now starting, and they can't stop what's coming. I'm telling you right now, it is my opinion. It is my opinion that these guys took their final stab at Donald J. Trump. Does Donald J. Trump even look worried? Because I don't see him worried. I bet he's probably out there on the golf course right now, probably laughing at him. Because this is the most pathetic display of overreach. This is the most pathetic display of weaponizing agencies against your own political opponents in American history. This has never been done before in American history. Now, have there been other things that politicians or presidents have done to use to their advantage certain things? Absolutely. Absolutely, it has. But this right here, this is the biggest one yet. And I think they're going to pay the ultimate price come November of 2022. I think they're going to pay the ultimate price come November of 2024. I think they're going to pay the ultimate price even before that. I think you're going to see things happen even before midterms. So that's all I have for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining me. You know what? I'm going to keep my ear to the ground, my eye on the sky. I haven't talked to Jeff B today. He's been awful quiet, which is concerning. Seems like maybe there's something else going on. So I'll be reaching out to him tonight and have a conversation. But we'll be back tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and tomorrow evening. So don't forget to subscribe. I told the mods that I would let you guys know you might want to check out Liberty Warrior Nation and subscribe to it, because I have no doubt the stuff that we've been putting out for the last 7-8 days is too hot for YouTube, and more than likely I'm going to catch a strike for it. So if you guys haven't subscribed to Liberty Warrior Nation, please do so. Like, share this all out. Love you guys. Have a great night. We'll catch you on the next one.
Hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. Can you tell me the secret of how you can take it or leave it? How you can blend in with the crowd? I'm so scared, so damn afraid to look. I'm so sick of talking. I'm wearing the words out, words out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. When it feels like everyone's out to get me, I see the river on the back of my